Hey friends, thanks for tuning in to part 6 of Let's Play Civ 6 with me, your buddy, Light Grey Mage, playing as Queen Sandune of Korea. So here we are continuing with our game of Queen Sandune. You can see Byblos over here is going to flip to Rebellion. And we're going to take a quick look around at the tiles here to see what's going on before we look at the luxury policy. So we're going to be voting for coffee to give us additional luxuries. Going to be looking for Queen Sandune to get diplomatic victory points. And we're going to go ahead and vote up the World's Fair. And for Heritage Organization, we'll go ahead and vote for artifacts to give additional tourism because we actually have some artifacts. Got a major flood here, but that's in Babylon, or that's in someone else's territory. So we did get the artifacts for Heritage Organization.
Has been mythologized.
And the World's Fair is going on. So we're going to go ahead and start looking at electricity so that we can start getting some electricity online, I guess. And here we're just defending our territory against the invading apostles of Dido. We are gonna go ahead and march up here and just get ready to start hitting Byblos once it flips. It looks like Dido is sending this apostle up to Byblos.
You're uninformed.
We're going to want to try and prevent that if possible. And we pick up a governor promotion. Let's go ahead and promote Pengala for that. Oh, nice. Get a +1 era score and a in-game achievement for promoting Bengal all the way to full promotions. So right here, we're basically just reinforcing Cahokia. Battleship looks pretty tempting here. We'll get a lot of use out of a battleship. And we'll go ahead and murder this guru for a little bit of additional religious pressure in these surrounding cities. You can see these apostles moving up north. They're going to try to prevent Babylon
If it weren't for
from flipping.
electricity, we'd all be watching television by candlelight.
So you can see we have +3 luxuries here. But we have 10 citizens in 9 housing. I want to go ahead and send these apostles north here so that we can start trying to take care of these apostles that are heading up to Byblos. Here in Jeonju, we're looking at a really nice +5 industrial zone right here. So we're going to go ahead and put that in. And it looks like Dido has somehow gotten 2 apostles into our city of Gangneung over here. We're going to go ahead and do an internal trade route here for the most production we can get, so that we can build a few more aircraft just a little bit quicker.
With self-government is freedom, and with freedom is justice and patriotism.
So we've got Orshagasz here.
Better to fight for something than live for nothing.
The Orshagasz is going to give us a good amount of additional diplomatic favor. Which of course we're going to turn into science. Uranium here. Drum roll. Oh, there's one. All right. So it looks like we're not getting enough nuclear material in our empire to do anything with it really at this point. It looks like we need additional housing, so we'll go ahead and start a theater square, which will give us some defense against culture victory, and it'll also give us some housing. And we'll go ahead and start working on a research laboratory here in Carthage. Wouldn't be too bad to get a Cristo Redentor in this game if we can, so let's go ahead and try for it. Go ahead and promote Reyna for a little bit of additional gold. As you can see, the volcano tiles are all getting additional gold. So right here, we're just looking at the religious battle outcomes here at Gangneung. It looks like Dido has requested aid, and we're going to go ahead and try and vote that down as hard as we can. Unfortunately, Dido has passed the aid request. It looks like we're leading in diplomatic victory by about 3. And we're leading over Wilhelmina by quite a lot. We are going to go ahead and try and kill both of these apostles in here. Alright, so we have defeated one of the enemy apostles, and we have converted, it looks like, both Byblos and Amrit to Nunyaism, which is great. We've captured an enemy spy, and we have built our first bomber. Nice. So we're going to start looking at bombing the crap out of some of these cities to the west of us over here. You can see that Byblos is now back to revolting, now that they are following my religion. So their pressure is pretty substantive. And we're going to go ahead and repair our workshop here, which was damaged by an enemy saboteur. Gonna go ahead and send these apostles to heal up. repair our damaged districts. We are going to want to get our units up to Byblos eventually, so that once Byblos flips, we'll be able to just snatch it up. Looks like Dido is moving a battleship into the waters of Carthage. Not going to worry about it too much right now, but something to keep an eye on. Recruit a great scientist here. It's going to give us additional great people points, as well as a Eureka, and we can definitely use the additional great people points, which is nice. Is still pretty. Dido has demanded some gold, which we are going to refuse. And we got a really nice little catastrophic eruption here, which is going to give us additional stats for these surrounding tiles. Sorry about this. Looks like we've got a Eureka for satellites.
Right now, there are 31 satellites zipping around the world with nothing better to do than help you find your way to the grocery store. It has been demonstrated that no system, not even the most inhuman, can continue to exist without an ideology.
5-year plan is definitely going to give us a really great amount of additional science and production. So we're probably going to go ahead and swap over to 5-year plan here. I do want to press the diplomatic side of this pretty strongly right now so that I can get a good amount of suzerainities for my Orshagasz wander. It wouldn't be too bad of an idea for us to start getting started on flood barriers right now, but I think I want to start I think I want to get started on wind farms. I do want to make sure that I do start flood barriers pretty soon, though. I think what we really need in the capital right now is housing. We'll go ahead and put the housing over here. It's only +4, but not too bad. Looks like Dito has completed Broadway, which we're going to need to be on the lookout for her trying to work on a, oh, it looks like she's trying to build another wonder over there. We need to be on the lookout for Broadway so that we don't... So we are pretty much planning for Byblos here to flip, like, immediately. And here we go. The free territory of Byblos right away is starting to attack our Lacha.
There's so much plastic in this culture that vinyl leopard skin is becoming an endangered synthetic.
And we've earned a great engineer. For which we will get +1 appeal for every tile in a city. Gyeongju looks pretty good. We might want to send this engineer down to Seoul. Because Seoul's tiles just look terrible. And we'll send this apostle over. Looks like Gyeongju has a good amount of housing now. It won't hurt us to get our military tiles going, and we'll do a harvest to get the holy site going. Now let's go ahead and start cracking at Byblos here. Seoul needs more housing, so I think we're going to go ahead and put Cahokia Mounds here. Or a solar farm, either way. Solar farm gives us Aeroscore and power. We'll get the housing from the religious district. That's fine. And we're going to go ahead and continue buying builders in Jeonju here. Definitely want to improve these. Improve this pasture. And let's go ahead and activate our great engineer and get some nicer tiles over here in Seoul. Didn't help out a whole lot, but it's still better than nothing. Now once we get our encampment districts here fixed, ooh, tempting. I do kind of want to get an oil power plant going here so that my cities can be powered and start working on that spaceport. I really do feel like I want to get this oil power plant going. I should have enough faith to purchase, but we're almost at the housing cap here, so we want to find a decent spot for a neighborhood. Got a nice boost for the environmentalism civic for having built with Seoul having finished the Holy Site District, I kind of want to have it start on the Mausoleum of the Harnarcissus here. We got a pretty good amount of coastal tiles here. So if we can start getting some additional value out of those, that wouldn't be bad. Go ahead and faith purchase an amphitheater. And an archaeological museum. Why not? And let's go ahead and get started working on... I really think I want to get started working on a archaeologist here. We'll get to the archaeologist after we get that next builder. And I think we want to put in a lumber mill to get some additional production for Seoul here. You love to see a nice geothermal plant. Getting some geothermal plants in here for power. Unfortunately, we never get too many geothermals, but You can see that one chop gave us a pretty good amount of production, which will be worth it once we get that mausoleum online. We got this apostle over here just scouting stuff out. And it looks like Tamar has declared war on us for some reason. I wonder if that was just an accident. It looks like she will take peace as well as give me a nice little artifact. Cool. Let's go ahead and get some additional luxuries from Tamar here. We'll go ahead and just straight up trade luxuries. Why not? Go ahead and get started on a shrine. And I think we need to clear this woods, finally. We gotta remember that we're losing out on a good amount of land around these Seon. Because Seon get additional food for adjacent farm tiles. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Getting a good amount of experience for our infantry corps here. And we're at 16 out of 17 housing. I think for right now, I just want to put in an additional Cahokia mounds.
The class struggle necessarily leads to the dictatorship of the proletariat.
We have unlocked communism, and we're going to go straight into it. We're going to get a really good boost to science. As well as some additional slots for military. We don't really need a whole lot of military slots here, but We can take military research to give us some additional science, which will be great. We can take veterancy to give us some additional production toward harbors and encampments. And we get one additional economic policy slot here, which I kind of want to take 5-year plan. So we're going to be getting a pretty good amount of additional science here. And simultaneum will give us a pretty good amount of additional faith so that we can buy the later science districts or science buildings with faith. We just shot up about 100 science here. I feel like I should note here that I'm recording a lot of this audio in retrospect, and I'm noticing that I am not attacking that city in rebellion with my bomber, which I should have been doing for at least a couple of turns now. Whoops. That's okay. I think I'm going to send this builder over here to Carthage to help work on this Cristo Redentor. We got a good amount of housing here in Jinju. Let's work on a workshop, I think. Let's go ahead and get started working on conservation so we can find out where the national parks are going to be. Not that we really need national parks, but it'll help us to keep our culture on par with the other civilizations. World's Fair, we're getting points for Great People points. And we're not really pushing this. The only way that I know that we can get points for that is district projects, and we're not really doing any of those right now. So we only get 1 diplomatic victory point for winning anyway. But we do get a good chunk of Great People points, so Right here, I think we want to get started working on an archaeologist. It would be really nice if I could figure out that I have a bomber. If I could start running that bomber from Gangneung up there. And let's go ahead and get started on this spaceport.
John Curtin. I speak for the people of Australia as their Prime Minister. We seek sympathetic allies in the fight against the hawks of war.
Well, very nice to meet you, John Curtin. It's never too late to find another civilization in the world. It looks like Dido is moving on Mohenjo-Daro over here. I'm not totally sure what she thinks she's going to try to do, but it's not really a good move anyway.
To err is human, but to really foul things up, you need a computer.
Why am I not using that bomber? I think I want this nuclear power over here, but I'm gonna need to found a city on it, because you can see it's 4 tiles away. And we're just working our way up the science tree here. Looks like Dido is starting to send rock bands over to us, so that's going to be annoying. What up? Let's go ahead and get open borders with Cyrus. Newcastle isn't a Persian name. It looks like Cyrus has actually taken over Newcastle from Australia. Alright, so we have a heroic golden age, a heroic age. So I think we'll go ahead and pick up Heartbeat of Steam. I think everything but Bodyguard of Lies will help us here. Heartbeat of Steam will give us science and production. 2 Arms will give us bonus production for war. And Wish You Were Here will give us additional tourism. Not that we need additional tourism, but it'll help us against Dito's invasion of rock bands. We're still working on Cristo Redentor over here. Let's go ahead and put in a lumber mill to give us some additional production. Still trying to figure out what to do with Guangzhou here. I kind of want to just start the Eiffel Tower here and see if we can get it. But a neighborhood or a canal would also not be bad. And we meet yet another civilization.
Au nom du peuple canadien, bienvenue. Je suis
Wilfrid Laurier. Nice to meet you. Gonna go ahead and try and get open borders, as well as maybe some of these great works. Let's get open borders first, and then see if we can get some great works out of them. And we meet Mexico City, which is not too shabby. And let's go ahead and come over here, and I think we'll go ahead and put in an additional... I think we'll go ahead and put in another windmills over here. Salty. A little bit salty.
A vast tomb lies over me in Halicarnassus. Of such dimensions, of such exquisite beauty as no other shade can boast.
Nice.
Many, many rules had begun.
So you can see the tiles over here in Seal. We have about 10 tiles, 10 coastal tiles here that are all getting an additional +1 of each type. So Seal is actually going to be a really strong city right now. In retrospect, I should have started a flood barrier right here, because Seal does eventually fall into the ocean. Just a little bit of spoilers for someone who's seen the end of this game already. And we'll go ahead and start. So we are going to go ahead and dump all of our points into Launch Earth Satellite. This is going to be the next project that we're going to do. We want additional grievances against us in case somebody attacks us, additional diplomatic victory points just to hedge against AI trying to play for a diplomatic victory, and we'll vote up the World Games. Looks like we got our project, we got public relations, we didn't get diplomatic victory, but World Games passed, so...
Water and air.
So we're going to go ahead and stop this video here. Thanks very much for tuning in. If you like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, and tune in for the next episode, which should be coming out pretty shortly here. Thanks for tuning in, and I love y'all very much. Thanks for tuning in. Bye. Oh, also look, we got Byblos. Byblos just turned over to us.